A client called me back upset this morning because she had a 9:45 appointment with Social Security to apply for Medicare, and they didn't call her. She was just confused at why they didn't call her at the time that she was scheduled. And a petty part of me wanted to say, well, this is what you voted for. Because if I had to bet, this is probably what she voted for.
What's up, beautiful people? Welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's your girl once again. Thank you for stopping by and supporting me on this channel. So in today's video, firstly, all credits goes to the creators in this video. As always, y'all are amazing. Let's get into these videos.
You mean to tell me a man worth over $400 billion is going to decide what happens with my grandma's Social Security check?
No one elected Elon Musk to nothing. And yet, Elon Musk is seizing the power that belongs to the American people. We are here to fight back.
When we open up the Senate every single morning, we don't pledge allegiance to the billionaires. We don't pledge allegiance to Elon Musk. We don't pledge allegiance to the creepy 22-year-olds working for Elon Musk. We pledge allegiance to the United States of America. And so I want to make sure that my mother gets her Social Security check, not because she pledges allegiance to Elon, but because she pledges allegiance to the United States of America.
This is the most corrupt bargain we've ever seen in American history. Elon Musk gives $250 million to elect Donald Trump, and Donald Trump turns over the keys to the United States government to Elon Musk and his billionaire friends and his cronies. Are we going to let that stand? No! Hell no, we're not going to let that stand.
We know who we work for. We know that we work for the American people. And what we're not going to do is stand around while they pull this bullshit that they trying to pull right now. We are going to be in your face. We are going to be on your ass. And we are going to make sure, you understand what democracy looks like. And this ain't it.
Hello, my fellow overtaxed citizen. Here's today's daily update. All right, breaking news from the Hill. President Trump's administration is cutting 2,000 positions at USAID after a federal judge finally gave the green light to go ahead and get that done. Effective immediately, nearly all USAID personnel are on paid administrative leave. This is part of Elon Musk's Department of Government Efficiency, or DOGE, their mission to reduce bureaucratic waste and streamline operations. These 2,000 jobs have been deleted by DOGE, a move supporters call long overdue, while critics fear its impact on global aid. Now, why does this matter? Well, supporters say this will make the government leaner and save taxpayers billions of dollars a year. Now, critics argue it could hurt the U.S.'s ability to respond in a humanitarian crisis, and the USAID is not a humanitarian aid organization. It just sounds like it is because it's USAID. It's actually the United States Agency for International Development, or USAID. Government unions, including the American Federation of Government Employees, or AFGE, are taking this to court, arguing that such drastic changes need congressional approval. So even though a federal judge allowed these cuts to continue, expect more lawsuits to come. So here's the bottom line. 2,000 jobs are gone, and DOGE is not stopping there. This is just the beginning of a government overhaul. Federal employees are on notice, deliver results, or expect to be terminated. The world is watching to see how these cuts impact foreign aid and America's global presence. As always.
Well, how about that, MAGA Republicans? While he was running for office, he said that he would not cut Medicaid, and you believed him. Moments ago on Capitol Hill, the Republicans passed a budget resolution cutting Medicaid by $880 million. We tried to warn you.
So the Republicans had their show and tell day yesterday, and they brought with them their little budget. And it was what we expected, and then some. So they're planning, at a minimum, $2 trillion worth of cuts to give to, of course, the top 1%. Of course. And they are planning these cuts, a lot of them, through mandatory expenditures. Mandatory expenditures are Medicaid, Medicare, and Social Security. So they're planning these cuts, which they're not supposed to do, but they're going to do it anyway because they got nothing from DOGE. There was nothing that they found consequential at all. So it all has to come from Medicaid, Social Security, and Medicare because that's where the money is. And that's where they're going to take it from. And they are doing it sneakily because what they're doing is they're not outright planning these cuts to do themselves. They are saying we're not going to give the money to the committees that oversee Medicaid, food stamps, and Social Security and Medicare. They are telling those committees that they will have to do those cuts because they're not going to get the money to fund them. So that is going to give them the slightest deniability in what they're doing. So I am done. I don't have any more fucks to give. This is the end. If I see a maggot come on here or anywhere saying, I didn't know that they were going to cut my Medicaid. I didn't know that they were going to cut my Social Security or my Medicare. I didn't know that they were going to take my SSI away from my disabled son. I don't want to hear. If I do, I'm going to rub my hands in glee over your loss because you did this. You did this. You voted for this man. You knew what he was going to do, but you did it for the hate. You signed on for the hate. And that's why I am over the moon in happiness in your suffering, because you're going to suffer. We're all going to suffer, but I'm going to take it out on you because you made it happen and you wanted this. So I am here just waiting for the hammer to fall, and these cuts are going to be horribly, horribly dangerous to the weakest, the most vulnerable of us all. And that's what they wanted. So Elon Musk can have another plane. So Jeff Bezos can have another yacht. That's what you got them. You gave it to them. You gave them their yacht, and it's coming out of your ass. But I'm glad. I'm glad if you're a maggot.
A white conservative man took to Twitter and decided to post that there was no white representation during Kendrick Lamar's halftime show. Are you telling me you want diversity? Are you telling me you want equity? And are you telling me you want inclusion?
The House budget vote is set to take place any moment now, and Trump's Little Johnson is scrambling. With at least 4 Republicans already opposed to the bill and more wavering, if just one more defects, the entire thing collapses. GOP leadership like Trump's Little Johnson seem to be working desperately behind the scenes to rally enough votes, but the existing civil war within MAGA and the Republican base seems to be making that very hard. The proposed budget slashes $2 trillion from mandatory spending, programs like Medicare, Medicaid, and Social Security. But don't worry, Republicans insist it doesn't technically mention Medicaid. Kinda like how if you don't yell fire, your house isn't actually burning down. Sounds like sound logic to me. But no matter how many empty promises Little Johnson makes, these programs will gut essential programs. hurting hospitals, nursing homes, and millions of vulnerable Americans firsthand. Children, senior citizens, families will all be devastated. And for what? Even ranking Republicans like budget hawk Thomas Massie have expressed their concern about the long-term effects of this budget, even going so far as to call it financially irresponsible. All of that to say, the budget vote is supposed to be later tonight, but with negotiations still going on and Little Johnson running around in the background trying to whip up some more votes, the timing is as good as anyone's guess. The bottom line is, this budget is cruel, chaotic, and apparently losing support fast. And you know what? Good, because the American people deserve far better than this.
So guys, out of all these things that are happening, let's just pick Medicaid, because the more I try to wrap my head around this FAFO finding out season and the implications of the things that are actually happening, the more it gets difficult to comprehend. Medicaid, cutting Medicaid funding, imposing stricter eligibility rules. Guys, do you know who will suffer for this? All those low-income workers that rely on Medicaid for healthcare. I mean, they have no money for healthcare. That's the 100% of their reliance is on Medicaid. Okay, the rural Americans where the hospitals that function in that area actually depend on Medicaid funding to stay open. Let's not even talk about the elderly and disabled individuals that need this long-term care service. And where do we even put the children, innocent kids, and the families, especially in states that expanded Medicaid? There is just a lot to think about, so many technicalities, and yet when people were voting, when they had the opportunity to turn back the hands of time, they supported Project 2025. So it's as if they did not fully understand the real world impact on their health care. So what exactly are we going to say is happening to these people? Was it misinformation? Was it political loyalty that kept them from recognizing how these policies could hurt them? Let me know in the comment section, because I try to think about it and it just keeps getting difficult. It just doesn't make sense to me. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section, especially on those policies that could impact the health of people at the long run. Let me know what you think in the comment section. I can't wait to hear from you. Thank you guys for listening. I'll see you in my next video. Please don't forget to stay safe. Mental health is important. Ciao.